The views and opinions expressed on From the Mouths of Madness are that of the panel and not of the Geeks Under the Influence Network or their sponsors, Amazon.com and tpublic.com. Listeners, beware. Coming straight from the mouths of madness, I am Lowdown. With me as always is
F.U. Hunter. Here, chef. I'm here, chef.
Yes, chef.
Yes, chef.
Yes, I will shoot this man.
And what's up, bitches? But still,
Yeah.
here, chef.
Here, chef.
Here, bitches.
Chef bitches.
Here, bitches.
Here, bitches. Oh, man. Dude, how fucked up was it that he lived in a mirror image of the kitchen?
Oh, and then the secret door is literally his apartment. You know, yeah, but he recreated this apartment from his early days.
Yeah, and it was just like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
So, all right, before we get too heavy into that, because there's a lot to unpack in this film.
Oh, man.
We're on the chopping block tonight. We're going to be talking about the 2022 film, The Menu. And, you know, this is one of those films that it's almost like, not exactly like, but it's almost similar to, like, Silence of the Lambs of, like, is it a horror movie or is it not? But
I got a perfect comparison.
as the movie goes, you're like, oh, no, this is a horror movie.
Yeah. Ready or not. Where you have a lot of humor, some fucking deaths, but just that overall theme of, like, you can't just say, oh, it's this or it's that.
Fair. Because at first you're just like, I don't see the horror aspect.
No.
And it takes a little bit to get to it. You know, I remember texting Groots right off the bat. They had just got off the boat. I think is when I texted him. I was like, I want to punch Nicholas Hoult in the face.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to destroy his head.
There's two actors that do him. I mean, I guess three, but he is so amazingly annoying.
Yes. He is such the pretentious prick,
Yeah,
like
just,
the fucking over the fucking top.
I'm a foodie.
Yeah.
Like, do you see how they cooked it with the blood? Like, fuck off, dude.
Fuck off, dude.
But I mean, and then, again, you have to, like, I've seen him enough stuff. I gotta give him props. He did a great job of irritating the fuck out of me.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why. So Groots responded was like, yeah, but he really nailed the role. I'm like, no. By me saying I wanted to punch him in the face means he showed up for the job.
Yeah.
He showed up. He did it. He did. He did. I understand what his character is, and yes. And so we can go ahead and say the three actors: Anna Taylor-Joy, Nicholas Hoult, and Ralph Fiennes. Fucking
holy shit!
Just fucking.
He he's done so many fucking roles, but he tapped into a little bit of this role and a little bit of this role. Obviously, there's that kind of weird sadistic side from Schindler's List. I'll throw it out there. That fucked up side. There's a little bit of, like, the controlling, like his cult with, fucking, Voldemort. He just incorporated so many of these different roles he's done into this one character that
you can kind of say that even though the movie wasn't great, but I always say the movie wasn't good, but he killed it in Red Dragon, where, like, he controls everything.
Yeah. And,
like, he had everything so strategically planned out for this, and, like, he really didn't know. Like, whenever something almost went cattywampus, he still had stuff planned to be able to course correct. You know what I mean? Like, he was very just methodical with everything, and like sociopathic, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Like, he is such a sociopath throughout everything that he's doing. It just reminded me somewhat of Red Dragon.
Yeah,
Except
just this blind, like, these people. It's a cult. He's a leader of this cult, and the cult, instead of, like, religion, it's cooking.
Well, cooking can be a religion.
I'm just saying,
people cook for, different reasons. There are people that do cook for, like, awakenings and releases, and it's creating something out of nothing. That whole concept, people cook for that reason. So, like, it's actually very plausible. The only thing that gets me is, like, before now, I would say before this fucking movie, I never would go to a private, desolate fucking island,
right,
where this dude has set up restaurant shop But then again, you're looking at the elites and the prestige, and these people are so fucking numb.
And that's what I'm saying.
They're so tone deaf. They don't even realize.
Come on, you've heard the restaurants in New York where you've got to make like a 5-month or a 2-year reservation.
That's different than a fucking private island, bro.
You say it's different, but like to like the elite motherfuckers, that's so there's no chance of having a poor person amongst us. We literally have to go to an island. And
they can also say they've been there. So he said they're just so tone deaf in their own fucking stuffy assholes.
And it's that attitude that broke Chef. It's that attitude in which he went, fuck all of this. These non-bread eating motherfuckers fucking... I'm going to.
Oh yeah, that was great. His description for the not giving the bread.
Yeah, the bread's for the meek. Yeah. You. That's why there will be no bread for you.
He was like, the bread is for poor.
Yeah.
Poor people always had bread, so now you will be eating the sides of the bread. Did he say,
wasn't the sign like I donated your bread to this whatever charity?
Yeah.
Like
it's like on the note.
Yeah.
Because every plate got the note, and it was like this is genius. It's fucking genius, but. It's his own fault because he allowed that to happen.
Yeah, and that's when he admits is that he allowed it. But I mean, he is able to motivate every single person on that island that works for him. This is going to be the greatest. Like this is the grand finale. Like he convinced not a single person's like, well, maybe I can get on a boat, get the fuck out of here. And everybody is all in.
Yeah,
like
100%.
And that's this cult kind of status where they also believe in like we're gonna go out with this amazing the menu, like it's gonna be a masterpiece, and we're gonna be involved in this masterpiece with our lives.
Mm-hmm. And he even brings up the thing about the menu is the menu is not when he has one of the investors hanging with the angel wings because there was a savior. He had the money. He funded. The initial funding for the restaurant, he was the godsend, right?
Yeah.
But he's like, well, maybe we can change the menu. He's like, no, there's no substitutions, and like he's just like had that whole rant he has about that. I was like, it's fucking genius. It was so fucking genius. This isn't Burger King. You can't have it your way.
They established early on why some of these people deserve to be there. Because
that was when they did the fucking tortillas.
When they do the tortillas. Well, yeah, but before that, you get the 3 guys that are, do you know who I am? That kind of shit. When they say that, they're like, look, we want bread. Do you know who I am? Do you know who I'm connected to? That kind of shit. And you already established them. You got the food critic who literally is like just trying to find anything bad about what's going on to the point where one of the bean sauces for the non-bread, she's like, oh, I see a mistake here. It was
it was like it was a separation with the fat. Like, oh, but you just can't serve this like this.
Wow,
oh,
I can't believe that.
Oh, jeez.
Like,
what the fuck?
Yeah, so you kind of understand some of the people. My favorite, the absolute best person there is John Leguizamo, who is this actor who has been in some good movies and apparently some shit movies.
He's playing himself. He was playing himself.
Yeah.
Like Super Mario Brothers.
I was going to say, do you remember The Brat?
Oh, God.
Yeah. Or no, The Pest.
The Pest. Yeah.
Could we say that Chef saw The Pest, but we're going to change the name to whatever?
See, I feel like all Leguizamo was trying to do with The Pest was redo The Jerk.
Yeah.
I think that's what he was trying to do.
Yeah.
Remember he had his own show?
God damn, I forgot about that
shit.
But I love the fact that the motivation to bring him to this whole thing is Chef says, I had my first day off in a couple weeks. I went to saw your movie and it sucked so bad. I want to murder the shit out of you.
Yeah.
He's like, well, I didn't direct it. I didn't write it. He's like, it doesn't matter. It's just your face.
I want to see your face.
God damn.
He was like, when he goes, I was like, you know how precious those days are? And like, you ruined them.
That's the one, because everybody else, douchebag.
Well, the one dude cheated on his wife with Anna Taylor-Joy's character because you find out she's a pro.
Yep. And again, she does an amazing job. I mean, done, at this point,
come on.
She kind of knocks it out of the park with everything she's been in. So
yeah, I mean, Queen's Gambit.
Soho,
yes.
Split.
There was something else though.
I mean, yeah, but her first thing I can think of is The Witch.
With The Witch, no, but it was something more recent, right before I saw the menu.
God damn,
she did like a bunch of stuff last year.
Yeah.
So anyway, but she's
and she it's obvious from the very beginning she doesn't really belong there. Like at first you think, okay,
Well, it's when I saw the boots. It's when I saw like the Doc Martens with like a dinner dress. I was like, you don't.
Yeah.
One of the things is not like the other.
And you kind of pick up that like. At first, I thought she was just doing a favor for Tyler, like they weren't together. But then, come to find out,
he paid her.
He hired her because this fucking piece of shit knew what was going to happen.
Oh, the emails.
Yeah,
the fucking emails.
And
yeah,
literally, his girlfriend dumped him, so he had to hire somebody to go with him.
Wouldn't you dump him?
Who he knew was going to fucking die.
Wouldn't you dump him?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
You're dating that fucking prick? Like, what the fuck? I mean, the dude is a giant asshole.
At this point, I mean, I don't know if we have to do a spoiler warning, but if you've seen the trailer, you've heard enough. Obviously, this whole grand scheme is that everybody attending, everybody serving, everybody working this whole dinner thing, they're all dying. That's the whole plan.
They're all going to die.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and there's specific reasons for specific people to be there. The food critic, the investors, the old couple were literally, they've been there 11 times. And
he couldn't name one dish. One fucking dish.
Oh, and the wife he's asking the husband, he's like, just give me one dish. You've been here 11 times. I have a story for every dish.
I think it was 7, but yeah.
It was 7. Okay.
7 times, yeah.
But then the wife's like, say cod. And he's like, cod. He's like, wasn't cod, you dumb donkey?
Dumb donkey is right. He said donkey. And he said it was halibut.
Yeah, it was halibut. Like, yeah, but that like set him off even more. Like, okay, you fucking insult the shit I did give you.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Well, okay. Now, when I heard that, I was like, you're so far in the film that you get why he's pissed off. There is a difference in like halibut, cod, and there's one other one that's very much so a white fish from the same region, like off the shores of Alaska kind of fish. So if someone got halibut and thought it was cod, you're like, okay, in that situation, oh no, but don't do that.
Again, he tells a story. He doesn't just say, oh, we did this. There's this whole presentation.
Everything has
with
this,
everything he brings out, there is this whole thing. So to him, like, the biggest fuck you is he doesn't go, okay, here's your next meal. Here's your next, everything has a reason and a purpose.
Yeah.
And these motherfuckers are like, we don't fucking care. We're just here for the status.
So you get why he got so jaded to the point that he turned into a fucking sociopath.
Yeah.
Because the reason he took on this venture and got the investors and everything like that and said yes to having this isolated restaurant that, he can do what he wants with the food is because he could do that. He could create a story around the food because of how he views food, of how he views the flavors and what mixes and down to the smallest, down to the place setting and the position of the plate when you're served. Like he did all that because he knows food is an experience.
Yeah.
And that one scene alone shows how anybody that can afford to go there doesn't give a fuck about any of that.
Yeah.
They don't give a shit about the story that's created around the food, the presentation of the food. I ate here. I can afford to eat here. I've eaten here. I can say this to anybody at another dinner party somewhere, not offshore, and be like, oh yeah, we ate there. It's like, oh, I really want to go. It's like, oh, it's hard to get in, but we've gotten there like 5 times. They can just use that shit as a way. And so I can see how that just is like over time, he's just like boiling because he knows like, I guarantee he just couldn't fit any more people in his restaurant. Because, there's limited seating. I guarantee that restaurant could have been twice as full for how long his restaurant had been opened.
Yeah.
It wasn't a new restaurant, right? I will say, though, dude, on the walk-in, and this is a completely hard turn, but on the walk-in, when they go to the smokehouse, I just wanted to dive into some of that shit. I was like, oh, man, I bet that's so good.
I like how you get little hints, though, of, like, shit's not just your normal, like, gourmet night out. And one of the first ones, and I had to look it up because it was kind of this kind of like turning point, is you get the 3 rich investor motherfuckers and they're talking shit and about the bread and stuff like that. And the maitre d', I guess, leans over and she's the whole time up to that point, she's smiling. She's like, we'll see what we can do. We can help you out. And then she like leans over to him and she's like, you will eat less than you desire and more than you deserve.
Yeah.
And that was like, what?
That was with the bread thing.
Yeah, it was the bread thing. But like that was her first like turn where it's
Yeah.
like, fuck you, you piece of shit.
I mean, now hold on. You know something's fucked up from the beginning. If you really want to talk about this setting, there's this fucking drunken ass lady in the corner the entire time,
Right.
And they show her.
Yeah, but here's the thing: is to these motherfuckers, you're like, oh, it's an art piece. Like the failings of your prior life are here with your highest moment. You could, come on, because the food critic, every single thing that they're bringing up that would seem weird to us, she's like, I love how they're bringing this into this. Like everything has a weird, like artistic purpose. So even to them, the drunk old ladies in the corner, they're like, that's just your past life next to the kitchen that is your new life, whatever bullshit. And it wasn't until that again she leans over and says that, and then immediately after that is when you have the tortilla shells, and where he's now going to the story, and as he had presented with the other ones, except this one's about the drunk stepdad, and he has to grab a pair of scissors and stab him in the leg.
Yeah, that meal was awesome.
Taco Tuesday.
Yeah,
and you're like, that's a little different than the other two presentations you had.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you get the tortilla shells, and they've printed on them everybody's dark secret.
Mm-hmm.
And you get the douchebag investors, and it's them pretty much faking invoices and laundering money. You get the old couple
guy he cheated with, Anna Taylor.
Yeah.
And Nicholas Holt's character was just taking pictures. That was
a rule at the very beginning.
Take pictures.
Please do not take photos of any of our food. We do not approve that.
And can I say, as quick of a just off-screen focus shot that it was, the fact that he made him be one of them, gave him an apron.
Oh, no, I'm about to get into that shit.
He went and cooked and fucked it all up, and then he literally whispered to himself, which had to be, go kill yourself, go hang yourself, because when Anna Taylor-Joy runs out towards the end, and he's just hanging in the office, that's like, he had that much power over that man.
Well, you question whether because he knew everybody, like he went to this whole experience knowing everybody here's going to die.
Yeah.
But he still came, which Chef's like, you fucking knew. And not only did you come, but you brought somebody with you. Like, how fucked up. So I think either he thought he wasn't like, because I know about it, you're not going to kill me. Or Chef was like, you're not going to die like everybody else. I'm going to fuck you up so bad, you're going to want to kill yourself. And he does just that.
Oh,
because
man. Yeah,
he's like, you know what? And because you could tell everything that comes out, he's like, oh, I see they made sure to cook this on one side. And then, like whatever kind of bullshit, like I know a lot of these cooking terms. And he mentions how he has one of the things to cook something else. Yeah,
he's like, he has no idea about how to cook, and then he tries to cook lamb.
Oh yeah,
like a rack of lamb.
That's what's amazing is finally Chef's like, I'm done with this bullshit. You know what? All right, this is a part where we have a demonstration. Tyler, Mr. Food Expert, let's see what you can do. And he pulls out an apron
and he wrote his name on the
like
fucking
a child. He writes his name. It's not like he has a name tag. He takes a pen and writes Tyler.
And the whole time,
and it looks like a 5-year-old's writing.
And the whole time, he's just like, "Okay, what do you want, Tyler?" He's like, "I want we'll do lamb." It's like, "Okay, what else do you need? You want butter? All right, let's get some butter. You want I want the onion. All right, let's get an onion. Potatoes.
When he's cutting, he's like, "Oh, that's a
new technique. I've never learned."
He's talking shit, and you can just tell Tyler is freaking the fuck out. And it's hard to watch because you just know like this dude is gonna fail.
And then when he tries it, I mean, it was so raw.
Yeah.
And he's just like, this is bad.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, he just takes off the apron.
And one thing we forgot to mention is throughout this movie, as each is being brought out, they have a little title card with the information of what it's called and what what food is in there. And when you get to that, it's Tyler's bullshit. And I just thought that was awesome. Tyler's bullshit, and it lists all this stuff he has. But you get Chef where he comes over, he tells him, this is the worst fucking thing I've ever had. And then whispers in the ear. Tyler takes off the apron, takes off his tie, and just walks out of the room. Yeah. And I'm pretty much sure he was like, if this is what you think is a meal, you should kill yourself right now.
Yeah.
Or whatever he said. And he fucking hung himself.
So he did.
Yeah.
And the other thing was the hunting game where the ladies got to eat and the men were being chased by the staff. That was cool. I didn't expect that. Oh, and there was like a
They
little
chopped the finger off the old guy.
Chopped the finger off the old guy
because he was like, "We want to get out of here. I'll call a helicopter. I'll handle this." And she's like, "Oh, which hand would you handle that with?"
Yeah, yeah. And then with the there was a cool little nod to the one meal when he gets stabbed in the leg because he tried to fuck one of the chefs.
Yeah,
and then that was like his penance,
which is cool because so they chase after the guys throughout the island. Nobody's getting away. I thought they were going to try to kill him, but that's just to catch him, to give him that little glimmer of hope. There's these little moments where they give you.
Yeah, but I thought it was something to do more with the women going back inside and eating. That meal, which I forget what the meal was, but
whatever it was, the girl that the woman that made it, they're like talking to her, and they're like, we could. The food critic's like, this is amazing that what you made. I could give you the best review. And you could have your own restaurant, by this time next year. And she's like, yeah, but we're all going to die.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, we don't have to. She's like, no. I'm the one that suggested.
So, this is my plan.
It's my plan.
It was my plan.
And then they're like, oh, we're so fucked.
Yeah. Oh, God damn it.
Oh, man. Oh, we're so. This is the most fucked up part of the movie, though, is you get to a scene where, what's her name? Our main girl.
Anna Taylor-Joy.
Yeah. Margot, I guess, at some point.
Margot.
Yeah, Margot.
Margot.
Where he realizes she's not like all these other elite
They have
assholes.
a really good dynamic with that. Like, remember he follows her into the bathroom when she's like, I don't like this food.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not, and he's like, why don't you like the food?
But he
like,
picks up like, oh, you also work in the service industry.
Yeah.
And so
the whole time you think she's a server until like, finally.
He gives her kind of a choice. Like, you know what? I know you're one of us, but you're with them. At some point, are you going to be at the table with Tyler the asshole and part of the elites that we fucking hate, or are you going to be like us and be one of us? Either way, you're going to fucking die, but you might as well die being true to your heart instead of playing pretend. But he goes to get her to bring a barrel. He forgot. And that's where she goes into his house.
And sees that the one thing he keeps, which is the article of best burger in his first job.
He's like, he's got to be like
grin on his face, like
late teens. But he's got this goofy ass smile,
he's
just
happy.
So proud of his burger.
He's so happy, and it was his first burger he ever made. And then when he goes back in and like she challenges him, she's like, "Now hold on, wait a minute. I bet there's a meal that you can't make."
Well,
and then
hold on before that, because I want to reference when she discovers the photo of the burger. Nobody's cell phones work, but she finds a short range radio. Remember? And she tries calling out.
She calls the dude. He comes. It ends up being one of the crew. So it wasn't that big. I mean,
I only appreciate that. Because it's the last kind of fuck you. Is he's like, okay, nobody say anything, and they can't even follow that. And then he's like, you fucking dumbass.
That was John Leguizamo's character.
I know, but I almost want to watch it and see if he was in the kitchen, and that's how ignorant they are to the people that are staff. That guy that was the rescuer was actually in the kitchen the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's one thing I do want to look back at.
Yeah, that is true. They didn't realize that he was one of the cooks.
That's my whole point, is that they totally just ignored him so much that it could have been the guy that's in their face for the first couple hours, and they didn't even put two and two together. So,
but they already kind of addressed that because the meal thing happened prior to that with the old couple. They already kind of touched on that point with the lack of. They don't give a shit about the actual meals, the people that work there, anything like that. It's all about the procedure going there. So the fact they already touched on that point, it was kind of like a double,
Yeah. It just he gets so much joy out of just fucking with them.
No, so. I know. I'm just saying, like, as far as the movie goes, it was just kind of like they already it's two different aspects of the same point.
Yeah.
Not paying attention to the food, not paying attention to the people.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
That's true.
The same thing. So then she ends up challenging him. It's like, I bet there's one meal that you can't make, and it's, and he's like, oh, okay, what's this? And he's like, a burger. What kind of burger? Just a cheeseburger. I just want a cheeseburger with American cheese. It's like, American cheese is the best on cheeseburgers.
Yeah, yes, it is.
Okay.
Medium American cheese.
Medium American cheese.
That's how I'd order it
so
too.
much. He's like smiles the whole time he makes it. Like,
it's a small little, like, you can see, like, he's trying to keep it straight, but you can see there's that little smile, that little bit of joy.
Well, that's why she gets to live.
Yeah,
because she gave him the last. He actually enjoyed cooking one last time because he was still going to go through with everything.
Yeah,
it was just like she gave him this she gave him a gift,
and she paid for it. She said, "How much will that be?" He said, $9.50.
He was like, and she paid for it, and she was like, "Oh, I guess my eyes are bigger than my stomach. Can I get a to-go box?"
Also, one other I do want to say though, service industry. You know what? They carry cash because of tips. All those other assholes on that that were there, probably not a single dollar actual paper money among them. It was, and you notice that they all threw cards down at the very end.
Yeah, and just like the fact she asked for it to go, and you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, my eyes are bigger than my stomach.
Yeah, well, it's like, wait a minute.
Fucking genius.
He like gives it to her, and she goes. And he even nods to them. It's like, yes, let her out. And it was just so awesome that, like, that's what got her to live. Because she was like, not only the previous conversation where he realized that she is a part of the sin.
Yeah.
You know, service industry, whatever, service industry night. Sorry, part of the service industry. That she all she wanted was a fucking cheeseburger.
Yeah.
And also, it's like, clearly it means something to him, and it was just so great. And then she just
she knew had to hit him because she's like, I've been fucking starving. I don't like anything you given me. I am fucking starving. Like, you're this top notch motherfucker, and I can't fucking
eat
get
your
something.
fucking food.
Yeah, like
then,
she hit him, but he'd already connected with her too, which I really appreciate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, yeah. So at first it's like creepy, but then it does become a connection. Between those two, and then after that, they go to the fucking greatest thing in the fucking movie. This is by far the greatest thing in the fucking movie was dessert.
Yep.
It was fucking dessert. They just bring out barrels of crushed graham cracker. It's to the point of like sand, and they're just
pouring it out. Chocolate syrup.
Oh, the big,
everywhere.
and they put like a fucking a chess piece of marshmallows on each customer,
and then like a hat of chocolate. And at first I thought, oh, okay, they just painted something. No,
it was chocolate.
They're big ass fucking chocolate hats.
And they basically, it's human s'more was the name of the dessert. It was fucking amazing.
Said how pitiful and stupid the s'more is.
Yeah.
And he's like, and this is how all of us are gonna go out. It's like a fucking s'more.
It was so good.
And he takes his hand because he brought up how like he walks over that one hot coal, walks in the middle of the dining room floor, and just
because he references earlier about how callous his hands are.
Yeah,
he can't because he holds it over a flame. He can't feel.
And not everybody in the kitchen, everywhere, they just stand there and wait for it. They all have embraced. This is how we're going out.
And
even the people. I mean, the people that covered in marshmallows are like, well, yeah, like nobody tries to run. It's just like, this is how
they're in it now. Like they're like, no, yes, we're pathetic, we're this,
but they're also, we're part of this masterpiece.
Yes, we're part of this that no one gets to see. Even though the pan out bird's eye view, they even did everything with the graham cracker and the chocolate in a design.
Yeah.
So there's this giant, like almost like I don't know. I can't think of the artist. This is a giant art piece where it literally looks like a fucking painting. And
there's a shot of the food critic as the chocolate's melting, and she's just smiling.
Yeah.
And the chocolate's going and it looks like take the blood away from Carrie and just insert chocolate, and it's just that moment of like joy right before you're about to explode. It was crazy.
Yeah. And then meanwhile, Anna Taylor-Joy's character is driven away on the boat that was left by the kitchen guy that fucked with them, and she just stops the boat, gets out. Open, and there's the explosion.
Yeah.
It happens, and then she pulls out the cheeseburger and just takes a big bite. And I'm like, it's fuck it, dude. Is it 10 out? I told you it was 10 out of 10.
I was shocked how much I liked it.
I told you it was 10 out of 10. Like, I mean, that's giving away the cards, but not really. It's the end of the episode.
The trailer I was interested in, and I'd heard a few people.
They didn't give away shit in the trailer.
They didn't give away shit. Honestly, I think the trailer wasn't as effective as it could be, but I'm kind of glad because, again, I'll go back to the Barbarian. I like these ones that I really had so little interest in, and just word of mouth. And I was like, all right, I'll check it out. And I thoroughly enjoyed the shit out of it.
I love this. That movie.
We just recorded Best of 2022, and
I'm bummed I didn't see this because that would have been in there. There would have been a movie replaced in what I talked about, and I literally, as soon as the credits started rolling, I started looking. It's not on Blu-ray.
I think it just came out.
Okay, well, I watched it last week, and so unless it came out this week, it wasn't anywhere for sale on 4K or Blu-ray.
Yeah, because it just came on HBO Max. I think there's like a couple weeks.
HBO Max before the end of the year last year, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know.
Or like right at the beginning. It's been on HBO Max for like a month. 2 to 3
week gap before when it goes to HBO Max before it comes out on Blu-ray.
So yeah, it could have happened this week that we're recording this. So you'll be hearing this.
That's one of those I think I might own.
Yeah, I'll buy it.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, this movie's awesome. Like I love this movie so much. I was
Fucking Tyler's bullshit.
Tyler's bullshit.
The title card. Those cards got me every time.
So yeah, this movie soared over the chopping block. It was a phenomenal film. Everyone needs to watch this. Don't sleep on it. Fucking
it's so more because we're always referencing kills. Oh, this one had a good kill. This one is so much more psychological.
Yeah, totally.
There's barely any real kills in it. It's just like it's fun, and you just see Ray Fiennes, one of his best performances, just fucking with these people for 2 hours.
Yes, and the writers deserve a nod of some sort for this. Like, there's something Mia Goth's been going on about, horror isn't respected by the Academy, and this is one of those films that is another one of those films.
Shocked.
Like X, Pearl, I get it. Tons of other, films over the last 5-6 years that haven't gotten any recognition. This is one that would be on that list too. It's like, why the fuck?
Well, Ray Fiennes got Golden Globe nomination, but Oscars are like, no, it's too close to a horror movie.
Yeah, fuck that bullshit.
Seriously, they need to start giving those movies. There was, especially this past year, there were so many goddamn good ones. Not a single nomination of any sort.
Don't give a fuck.
Because it's a horror movie.
It's a horror movie.
Sorry.
So
nobody wore a fat suit. Sorry.
Hit us up at lowdownbrown.gmail.com. Let us know what you think about the film. I'd love to hear your feedback. Also, go to GUIPodcast.com. Check out all the other shows under the GUI network. Tons of different shit for everybody. While you're on GUIPodcast.com, go to our links tabs in the top right corner. Click that. You'll see our link to TeePublic. That's where all the merch is for every show under the network. There is tons of designs. From the Mouths of Madness has 2. And every show's got at least 2. And then there's also just tons of tangential designs. You can get it on tons of shit. Magnets, stickers, Hunter's fucking tote bags, pillows.
Wow, you didn't let me say tote bags.
Yeah,
took it away.
All this fucking shit. And at a minimum, magnets and stickers. I always say just magnets and stickers. They have a sale every other week. When you're on TeePublic, you sign up for text alerts. They alert you when they have sales. And bam, there you go.
Pow.
You get shit way cheaper.
Yep.
Not that it's expensive to begin with, but still, you get a little bit cheaper.
Always having sales.
Wherever you listen to your podcasts, like, subscribe, comment, rate, review. We want all that shit. Good reviews, bad reviews.
Give us feedback.
Good rating.
You watched Menu and you're like, fuck this movie.
Yeah.
All right.
Let us. Yeah.
We're open to other people's opinions.
Yeah. So, until we talk to you again, embrace the madness.
Join us at GUIPodcast.com.
In a world with too many reboots and remakes,
2 men will stop at nothing to make it even worse.
join Mike the Hobbit and Tondi as they play by their own rules while pitching new takes on some of your favorite and least favorite films and TV shows. What podcast would dare to bring this upon the world?
This is Smack My Pitch Hit.
My name is Amy Bogard.
And I'm Mike the Hobbit.
And we are the hosts of Deeply Upsetting, where we use our expertise to answer your most upsetting hypothetical quandaries, such as, what non-winged animal deserves wings?
And what body part deserves a secret mouth?
Which cryptid is the worst roommate?
These questions and more that plague you will be answered on Deeply Upsetting, available anywhere you get your podcasts and at GUIPodcast.com.
Coming straight from the mouths of madness, I'm Lowdown.
I'm F.U. Hunter.
Do you love horror?
We fucking do.
So this is a podcast dedicated to all things in cinematic horror. We're talking movies, television, composers, special effects artists. We're going to fucking cover it.
So if you love horror,
Embrace the madness.
Hey guys, Scotty P here with Smash. On your left.
And we are the Geek Fathers. That's right, bringing all the trials and tribulations of being a geeky parent.
So welcome to our world.
And as always, join us
or cry.
In a world of blockbuster movies, there's another dimension.
The dimension of schlock cinema. Join us at Beautiful Disasters on a journey into the fringe territory of B-movie abandon.
We review the flicks that are forgotten or underappreciated to give them a proper place in the annals of celluloid history.
I'm the Groots.
F.U. Hunter.
Your guides at Beautiful Disasters. Come along with us for a fun ride. May the schlock be with you.